This is Dragon's Dogma 2. We're here on the PlayStation 5 Pro, code from Capcom. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. We're here taking a look at the enhanced offering using pisser technology. We've got a lot of settings, a lot of options, a lot of variables in this one that allow you to enjoy Dragon's Dogma 2 in a better way, while also having some drawbacks here or there. And yeah, we're going to be diving in and talking about that. This game, there's a lot to showcase and a lot to chat about and a lot of visual presets. Needless to say, it is overall a better way to play. I would say from a visual standpoint, a performance standpoint, it still does have some technical drawbacks due to the pisser technology, a little bit of fuzz, a little bit of kind of weird, kind of like effects kind of thing, depending on the mode you're playing too. And yeah. So anyways, I love Dragon's Dogma 2. It's literally my second favorite game of the year. I thought this was fantastic. I love the journey of it. I've kind of played it through 1.5 times, basically, switching between, different character options, and I really genuinely love what this game has to offer. I think it's a blast. And I will say it definitely does look like the water's finally fixed up. Look at my majestic flowing hair. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So anyways, I do think the game looks a lot better and the performance is a lot better. Obviously, there's still going to be areas where it's kind of dropping, but let's dive in and talk about some of the technical stuff here. So you got to go to options, and you have to do this in the main menu of the game. In case you're wondering, actually change things, we could talk about the settings here. So we've got the 120 Hz output mode, we've got HDR support, and then graphics. We've got like 3 different settings, performance, balanced, and quality. We're on performance mode right now, and then from there you can also choose variable frame rate, lock it at 30 FPS, which personally I don't think any of the modes actually need, so we're not even going to be touching that. I guess theoretically there could be some level of uncapped element here, but largely the modes are all targeting 60 FPS and all fluctuating depending on the motion. Then there's ray tracing. So ray tracing is your global illuminated ray tracing, so I would recommend actually having this on. I think it's pretty cool. And then there's spectral super resolution, which is our pisser technology. Pisser all over the screen. And then you can choose how intensely it's kind of on. So it's like prioritize performance, prioritize graphics, balanced. So yeah, but you will actually need to change the settings of the game, like the visual settings, when you're actually like in the main menu. So that's what we're kind of talking about here. But you can kind of see how that impacts the gameplay and the look of the game. See, when we're prioritizing quality, it actually looks really good. The performance is a little tanked here, but
I'll not force you to receive treatment, but I'd at least like a word.
I bet you'd like a word, wouldn't you? And then, of course, we can change to prioritize performance with the pisser. And you can see how that drop there is going on. But you can see, I think on YouTube, how it kind of makes the grass and stuff look a little fuzzy. Honestly, I think most people probably won't notice, and they'll just be happier with the performance level we get here, but that is totally personal preference on things. I would say generally, though, this is a nice upgrade for Dragon's Dogma 2. An impressive one, because I really do love this game, but when I did play it earlier in the year when it came out on like the Series X, there was definitely, technical and visual problems and performance levels that were just not really totally acceptable. But this game is so good. Like if you, can kind of get over that stuff and you can play this and you can jump in here and enjoy it, this really is quite a wonderful experience. So I wonder if I can kind of do a little bit of a save and return to the title screen here, as I just want to talk about the other visual options too. Like obviously Pisser is changing things in the game, but if you actually want to change like the traditional visual settings, you have to do that kind of here where it's like balance, prioritize performance, prioritize graphics. Those are your preset kind of things. Same with if you want to turn ray tracing on or off. But like I was saying, I do believe keeping ray tracing on is kind of the way to go about it personally. And then there's motion blur if you want to change that. But this is your presets, and then you can kind of see how it changes based on that. So we're just going to have balanced and, well, probably custom, right, is what we actually want here, custom. So we're going to go back in. And I just wanted to show off that that setting sort of exists in there, and that's kind of taking your existing settings that were present from the game when it originally launched, and then it, you know, kind of allows you to move that forward, but with Pisser. And if there is an update after this, we'll jump into it and talk about it. So I hope that kind of gave you context. So you can cap it at 30, or everything is kind of pushing for at least 60. And then from there, the 120 hertz mode, which I recommend, will help you a little bit with frames and stuff like that. So balanced is trying to be 1080p, and then it's pissered to 4K. All three modes are pissered to 4K. And prioritize graphics, 1440p, and then prioritize performance is 720p. So it's kind of cool that you can actually change the pisser in the game, because like back in the day, you actually had to go to the main menu to really like preset things. So I hope I'm showing this correctly. There's a lot of settings in this is what I'm trying to get at. There are a lot of settings. And it definitely looks like we're gonna really have to wait till a PlayStation 6 to fully get the most out of this game. It is a very demanding technical experience. So, you know, I'm not really necessarily surprised that this is the case. Create a new pawn. Oh yeah. As I spend 9 hours in the character customizer. Embracing my pawn. Okay. Alright. Oh. It's a little too Timothy Chalamet for me, but you know. The character customizer for this game is a little ridiculous. I'll put it out that way. Like, actually, I had a good time to talk about this. If you have not kind of like played this before, you would be genuinely surprised at like the level of detail for stuff you can do in this game. Like, it is ridiculously and incredibly detailed in terms of like visual customization, personalization. There is a lot to do here for sure. Like, it is kind of ridiculous. Majestic ponytail. Or you know what? You know what we should do? Double ponytail. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Also very earthly colors, which I think is kind of interesting. As far as like hair and stuff goes, it's actually quite fascinating. And I say earthly as in like they're actually trying to go for like a natural selection of color range. And I find that really neat. And something a little bit different. And we could go for like, you know, hours trying to go through this. But I will try to whip through this as fast as I can, because I want some level of pawnness, especially if I'm going to be, you know, spending so much time playing this in the years to come, especially on this platform, if this is the direction of things. That looks good. Good enough for me. Eyeshadow. Yeah, she looks good. Eyeliner, yeah, looks fine. Freckles, good. Lips. A little bit more color in there. Good, okay. Yeah, she looks fantastic. Yes. Vocation. Probably a mage or like an archer, I guess. Mage. Probably for healing? Yeah, I think a mage would probably be great. Balanced approach with an emphasis for support. Yes, kind-hearted.
The people here are evacuated, and the people here are There are more who can yet be saved.
Bam. Okay, there we go. I have no idea. We'll go with Sarah. Sure, why not? Go, 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 go. I'm racing through this. Saber? It's actually kind of funny. Oh, there actually is that option. Nice. So the pawn system is a big part of this game too, by the way. Spend a lot of time with your pawns. Oh, she's majestic. Yeah, this game has an incredible level of detail. I'm sure someday we'll get a Dragon's Dogma 3, and I bet it's going to be even crazier. But yeah, the whole pawn system, it's a big part of the game. You hire pawns, pawns go with you, you fight, you level with your pawn, and then the secondary pawns, you're always swapping out for better pawns, and the pawns, there are other things in pawns that have been made by other people. Really quite in-depth. Wonder if we can actually hire some more pawns right off the bat. Seriously, you go in here, you have so many RC points, hire a few pawns, and you're able to fight. And if you have a whole group of like female pawns, they will make comments about how you're all a group of gals and stuff, which is hilarious. And you can send them on quests. It's a whole backbone system here. You want 2 mages, or do we want another sword person? Ruby, welcome to the team. It doesn't really matter here. We're gonna get rid of all these pawns. You know, eventually, like you want like endgame pawns so that you have more of them and stuff like that. Bam, you have your squad of 4, and then you're able to go out there and absolutely tear it up. We got 3 mages. That was stupid of me. It doesn't matter anyways. We'll deal with this later.
Wait right there.
And then the adventure begins, or well, continues.
You ought at least rest for the evening. Only don't go rushing off.
Yeah, okay. We'll go rest over here. I thought I did enough, like, what is it called? I kind of thought I had done enough pre-work to kind of just get flowing through this. It was kind of funny. Yeah, we'll rest for the day or whatever. And of course, the world cycles day, night. Nighttime is actually pretty dark, so, you know, just do keep that in mind. You may light and stuff like that.
There's no discipline that steadfast devotion cannot teach.
Yeah, we're all the best. This game's a bit of a power trip, honestly, like the way like your pawns are there like high-fiving you and stuff like that. It's wonderful.
Is that Lachlan?
Yeah, I don't care about this stuff. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, sure, I'll do that if I'm on the way. Yeah. We're great.
Make haste, that no life may be lost in our account.
Onwards into the world. That's where like more of the shimmer comes in the grass. I honestly feel like your regular person isn't really gonna notice that a whole lot. Like I know the more intense people, probably the people that do buy the Pro will, you know, be people that do kind of spot that stuff out. But yeah, and then there's like a flicker, but it doesn't really show up on the capture card, which is interesting. So that might be more of a TV kind of effect, but the quality of sharpness here, like visually, it does look a lot better.
We've got goblins.
Ow!
We have no means of exploiting our enemies.
Where did you come from? But anyways, this game filled to the brim with cool particle effects, crazy action combat. You can jump on top of creatures and ride them and slash and hack at them and destroy them, which is awesome. You get like a cool squad going on. You absolutely dominate your opponents out there. The game is just an absolute treat. I would probably recommend balance mode, though. I think if you're kind of looking at it from a pisser technology, yeah, there is definitely a shimmering on the grass and stuff. That's for sure. And this mode just doesn't... Like, it looks a lot nicer, but it doesn't quite run as well. This is going to be one of those games where, again, I think it's more of a PlayStation 6 kind of thing, where we're finally going to get this one really, really running smooth, and we'll probably bump it up again. And I'd say that's the shame, is, like, this game is honestly quite fantastic. Like, I really, really love this game. Just kind of wish it ran a bit better. I'm falling asleep? You gotta be kidding me. But I would say probably going with the balance mode would be my recommendation, unless you really need performance. Like, this is a performant mode. It also looks a little bit better. It's just like, I think the thing is, it's such a small kind of like resolution sampling size is kind of like a bit of an issue for this game in general. It's just like, you know, it's pulling from such low resolutions, and Pisser seems to struggle a bit with that, and the internal resolution scaling is a lot lower. But if you must have performance, I would say you do need to stick with performance mode.
I've only just in. You saved me this time.
But regardless, if you're coming from the base PlayStation 5, I think you will be appreciative
What say we make our report?
of the fact that this is a better looking and better running experience. We should report back for the XP, but I really don't care that much about it. Not going to be too bothered unless I start spending hours and hours questing in this game again. But who knows, I might want to do another run of this. Only if we had more cross progression. Like, doesn't that look just beautiful? You really do feel like you're going on just like an epic fantasy journey. Maybe, do I pick a sorcerer or do I usually pick like an archer as my secondary? Because there's different like vocations and stuff. I guess I could switch things up too later on if I need to. Yeah, it's just such a majestic world. I forgot there was so much pop-up stuff because I wanted to show the journey because you go and hunt like a troll after this. It's really quite neat. I wanted to show a bit of that off, but it is nice the water actually looks proper now. That's the biggest thing that I've loved about, you know, moving towards pisser technology is just like it looks proper. Sure, sometimes little bits of shimmer, little things that people complain about and whatnot, which to some degree is fair for sure, but the clarity of the environment stuff to me is a huge, huge improvement.
So this is Merle. The scars left by the dragon's assault.
We're getting a flashback. At least we should be in a sec here. What a genuinely impressive game. I can't wait to see Dragon's Dogma 3 down the road. I'm hoping there's more to this one too, but I am, yeah, really curious to see how much of a tech bump that's going to be. Like, if you go play the first Dragon's Dogma and then you, like, play this one, you're like, whoa! And, yeah, I can't wait to see the next leap. The fabric tech, the environmental detail, the rocks. If you can overlook the performance a bit, it's really genuinely impressive. Okay, so this lady up here, I really thought she was, not my character, but the other one. I thought she was going to be like a big part of the game, and then it's like you talk to her at the beginning here, and you like never see her again. I don't know if other people come back here to do more quests or something, but like literally never saw her again. Would be Dragon's Dogma without a dragon. Oh man, I did like, I don't know if you saw the stream of it, but if you haven't, you should go check out my stream where I fight the dragon. It's like a 45-minute battle or something with the dragon. It was so epic. I wasn't sure if I was gonna survive or not. It was really close.
Make haste! Get yourselves to safety!
Yeah, I'm starting to think we're not gonna take on this dragon, eh? I'm climbing the dragon! I think I just, like, cut its toes, usually. Oh! Oops! Like the cool thing about this game is jumping on giant monsters and just like hacking them up. This is such a fun role-playing game, like just a true through and through role-playing experience. Very fun, very empowering, very exciting. Like, I think this looks great. That would be so hot, you'd be getting like third-degree burns inside your armor. You'd be cooked. Oh, I am cooked. I don't look so pretty anymore, I'll tell you that much. Anyways, I hope this was a fun showcase of Dragon's Dogma 2 on the PlayStation 5 Pro. I highly recommend playing this game. It's absolutely fantastic. It's an incredible experience. It will blow your mind. It's action-packed, it's exciting, it's cool, and with the pisser technology, you know, it does actually take us a lot closer to that full 4K, the 60 FPS we want. It's nice.